When a disaster strikes, communities and lives are torn apart. But United Methodists respond with prayers, funding, time, labor, and love. With your help, the Kansas West Conference disaster response efforts are rebuilding lives and communities.
When a disaster happens, everybody wants to jump and run to the disaster, and it isn't always the best thing to do. Through disaster response, we can provide training for individuals to be able to take to know what to do in those situations.
Sandy Hendrickson, the conference's disaster response coordinator, oversees the United Methodist response effort and coordinates the efforts of teams of volunteers. She also leads the effort to train groups and churches in basic and early disaster response and trains churches in creating a disaster response plan for their own church or community. Early response teams begin work in a disaster area soon after first responders such as firefighters and paramedics leave the scene. They stabilize homes and begin the tear-out and debris removal process. Basic disaster response teams come in after the early response teams leave and continue the work on homes. Along with other faith communities and disaster response organizations, United Methodists participate in plans for long-term recovery, which includes case management for families and individuals who are affected. And the United Methodist involvement in a disaster situation is often critical.
A lot of different agencies don't go to disasters if they're not big enough. If it's FEMA declared, some agencies will go only if it's FEMA declared. Well, a smaller disaster like in Chapman needs the help too. That's what some groups called a smaller disaster, and it was huge.
Regardless of the size of a disaster, United Methodist Disaster Response wants to walk with people through the emotional, spiritual, and physical aftermath.
We want to provide a caring Christian presence in the aftermath of a disaster, no matter where it is or how big it is.
It is through the conference's connectional system that coordinated disaster response teams are possible. Through your congregation's mission and ministry apportionment giving, you support the United Methodist response to disaster and need in Kansas and around the world. And together, we can rebuild lives and communities.